I need to see if this little nuke right here, that was that little tiny swarm we caught. One of the little tiny swarms we caught. I need to see if they need going. I peeked in it a week or so ago and they wasn't doing much, but probably just need to get them out of that into a cooler box. Alright, same thing. Can y'all see? They're drawing on this one. This one, this one, this one, this one. These two were already drawn. This one, and this one. I might take a break after I get done with this one. Drawing that one out. Alright. Full of nectar. It's about 3/4 drawn, but it's not deep. It's kind of shallow. Not much difference on this side. It's about an 80% frame. They got part of it capped, and what they got, the rest they got drawn out is full of nectar. About the same thing on this side. Not quite as good. Nectar and honey. It's full. Pretty much the same thing here, about 80%. 80% drawn out. Now this was combed from last year. These two darker frames in the middle, that was already drawn out honeycomb. They got it full. I see a hive beetle. A little stuck. They may have brood on this one. Oh, I think they had it ready. It's full of honey and nectar. Same thing here. Okay, y'all, they got this, it's the same all the way down to right here. It's pretty much where it starts dropping off again. Drawn a little bit on both sides. I love this hive tool. I never noticed it on the other ones, but when I move a frame like this, that makes it just wide enough for a frame to drop in there. There we go. This box right here, I merged these two together. The one that was already sitting here had a queen in it, but it was just taking her so long to get going. And I didn't bothered trying to help her. I wanted to see what she's gonna do. She finally got that box growing. This top one, somehow, it was on another rail, and somehow it ended up queenless. Didn't look like any bees got lost, just, I don't know, I don't know if they tried to supersede, or maybe when I was inspecting it one time or something, I'd done something, but they were hopelessly queenless. So I just brought the box over here and set them on top. They have been like that at least a week, maybe. I can't remember if I brought y'all along with that or not, because it wasn't even in the plans to check it or do any of that. It just something that happened in the bee yard. Now they may have killed each other out. We don't know. We're gonna see what we got here. Oh, the box that I set here that was queenless, it was getting kind of honey bound. They were working, they just didn't have a queen. And I looked, I hunted and waited several different inspections to see if anything was in there laying, and it wasn't. It still looks just about like it did when I put them together. Alright, that one's empty. Maybe it was that one that was getting honey bound. I can't remember. That was heavy. It's full of nectar. I may have gave them some room. I didn't video none of that, so I don't know. Full of nectar and honey. I see some brood in there, but I don't know what it is. Alright, we got cap brood. So it's probably been at least like 2 weeks or so, because it's kind of dark. Alright, they could probably now use a third box on them. Here's an empty. Looks like they're not going to even try to draw that out. I stuck this in here. It had a little bit drawn here. They probably don't have enough young bees to do any wax drawing right now. That's all pollen and nectar. A little bit of nectar and pollen on this side, mostly empty. A little bit of nectar up here at the top, bottom empty. I'm not even going to go down in the bottom box. I see a lot of bees down there. So, evidently the merging did pretty good. We got brood up here now. If I come up with another box, I might throw it on here. But I'm gonna let, when I get through checking all my others, let's just two deeps right now and decide where I want to use my equipment. What in the world is that? Like mold or something. Okay. I may or may not put a box on there. Like I say, I've got this one over here and two more deeps in this yard I need to check. Actually 3. And I may not even do that today. We are going to check this one though. But this one, it's been slow moving. It's been a single box up to whatever day I did this other box we just did, which was about 2 weeks ago. They had just filled this box up and I gave them some comb. Another box with some comb. Might have been two frames or 3 frames of drawn comb. Don't remember. I'd have to go back, check my notes. Kind of like we used to say on the reports that when I used to work at that prison. Let me go back and check my record. I can tell you what I did. Hey. Not a whole lot of action going on in this top box. Looks like they just on the little bit of comb I gave them. Joey, you didn't even check that bar for a queen. That's how you lose a queen, not checking a frame before you set it down. Yeah, I even remember putting some of this old stuff. That's old, hadn't even been, it's waxed, but it just hadn't been cleaned. It probably came out of one of them old long hives been sitting there. They're crawling around on it. That's definitely old comb, but they filled it up with honey. That tells you I was scrounging for anything I could get at the time. I think most of this was in the freezer, just waiting for me to. Things stuck to the bottom. Anyways, it was in the freezer waiting for me to come get it and just melt it. It's this all terrible looking comb, culled from probably a year ago. Wouldn't that look terrible? Who would give that to their bees? They're using it. This old drone frame I had in the freezer. Usually if a hive I'm inspecting has more than one drone frame in there, I'll pull it out, use it somewhere else. Trying to get that dead one out. All right. I don't think they need anything right now. We're waiting for all that brood and young bees that I saw in the bottom. Let them come up and start doing something. I may, when I come back, oh y'all remember that one? That's another frame out of the bees that moved in the dead out. Don't look like they won't even try to use it right now. I think we're good. I'm trying to stick that to the wall. What y'all doing that for? I'm just going to stick this one back in this way. Alright, that's good. They're not going to be making any honey no time soon. I got some good foundation now. I may throw a little bit of good stuff in there when they get more nurse bees going. Getting too late in the year to waste much equipment on them. Let's go check this one right here. That way everything on the back row in double deeps, well, triples and double deeps, will be checked. Why do I have a feeling we just looked in here? I'm thinking I just put this second box on this one. I can't even remember now if this was a swarm or I don't know. Yeah, this box hadn't been here long. I see brood. They don't need no space though. Looking for the queen. Yeah, I think I just put this box on here just a few days ago. Yeah, they done moved up and put brood in it. Or did I move the brood up? That's why I video just about everything I do. My notes kind of all out of whack. Let's check one more frame over. Some of them you can see that looks like a few of them. When you first see them, it looks like it's drawn, but it's evened off. In fact, this one's laying a little spotty up here. I may have to give them a little more room for long. And that's as far as they go. I think what it is, these two came up and they've done that since. I get to the house getting ready to start seeing what I need to edit. I'll find the last video of this one. Okay. Alright, I checked these two here. That's swarms that I put in on these rails. We're going to check this one. We're just going to peek in it. It's a mean hive. We're just going to peek in the top. Alright, it's got two mediums on it. I don't expect smoker. I don't expect a whole lot to be in this top one. It's been on here maybe a week or so. Can't remember. Wish I had an interview cover on this one. You can see how they're using that as an entrance. Usually once I get a third deep or two mediums on top of a double deep, a lot of times I'll keep my lid slid forward where they can use that as an entrance. Sometimes they use it a lot, I'll even turn it over. Check the inner cover. This got bees on it. This one here, I just touched that and they got noisy. All of them's got bees on them but this one. I'm gonna pull it and take a peek in this top box. Everything's sticking in my gloves. They may not even really be using this. I think they might be just cleaning this up. It's got a little nectar in it. These are some old frames. Been around since around 2015 maybe. I say that because 2015 I think was the only year I bought plastic frames. This full of nectar. It's full of nectar. This one's about half full in the middle. This is empty right in here, or it's got a little bit scattered in it. But, well, actually there's some right there. This one's a little bit heavier. It's full of nectar. I don't think I have the excluder on here. I seen a drone walking around. Of course he could get out up here. Nectar. They're working on it. Big one to peek in the bottom medium. Get them stirred up. Maybe not. This. like picking honey boxes up, even mediums, even when they only half full. Ain't too bad. Oh yeah. Which one do I want to pull up out of the way? Looks like they're about even. They're working on capping that one. Pretty much 85–90% capped, 95% capped. This box here could be pulled. It's like that all the way down to at least here. I may go ahead and make plans to pull this box and that down there. Those 8 frames that we looked at, the 8 deeps is what I'm trying to say. Okay. All right, girls, you'll go back to work. They may be a little bit on the mean side, but they're doing pretty good. Okay, here's the plan. By the end of this week, if the weather permits, I'll go through and I'll pull frames out of all that that's got the deeps, 3rd deep box on it. I'll pull anything that's capped out of it. And this medium box right here, the bottom super, we'll pull it and I'll spin that out. And I didn't show y'all, but these 2 right here, I just peeked in them. They still got plenty of room, but I may go ahead and make up a I'll check my mediums. If I don't have any mediums left, I do have a few little deep drone cones left, maybe 6. I'll give 2 each to that and then put the rest wherever it needs to go. But that's what we'll do there. Man, it's hot. We got that little inspection over with. I'm glad I got to bring you along with me. Anyway, you see what we got that's capped. We'll try to, this is Monday. I'm gonna try to come back about Friday and pull anything capped. I should be able to get 2 spins of the deep frames done. That's 8. If I can get them pulled and that 1 box of mediums pulled and put back on the hives, we'll give them room for a little bit more of this flow where they won't get in trouble. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us that thumbs up. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.